So this is Point Lookout, very historic area. One time, this is a little island. 35,000 people lived on this little island. And this is the lighthouse that lines up with the lighthouse. You can see that land way, way out there. I don't know if I can hold this steady enough. There's another lighthouse on that chunk of land out there. These two lighthouses lined up. Kept them on your starboard side, you'd be okay. That dock right out there is now the fishing dock. That marks the area where the old Confederate prisoner of war camp was, right at the end of that dock where that dock meets land. Do you remember me telling you that there was no fort where the Chesapeake meets the Potomac? Well, on the northwest side of the Potomac as it meets the Chesapeake, we found a fort, and here it is. All right, so we dinghied over to Fort Lincoln. Part of Fort Lincoln. This is number 3. This place is so beautiful, and I wish I could put the smell of these pine trees in the video. This would have been a typical pit area. This area was totally defense orientated. In other words, they say that Fort Lincoln was unassailable by the weapons of the day. Go over some of the things with you, but these guys found the original Army drawings from the Civil War and built this thing back to the original specifications. Everything. When the Army abandoned this at Point Lookout, this was all just forest in here, and they had to re-clear it. And that corner up there behind that guard shack is a gun emplacement. There's another big gun emplacement up there. They do reenactments here. This is the entranceway. Erosion has taken this dirt wall down like 20 feet from its original height. So 160 years of erosion. But they rebuilt this wall. This is a trap for soldiers that are trying to take the fort. They could come in here and there'll be gun emplacements, guys up on that wall both sides, and it'll be a lot taller. And if you tried to go through that little L, you would get slaughtered. And then this ravine right here is that wall, like I say, used to be 20 feet higher than it is, and that cut there used to be straight down, so if you went through the moat, you'd be stuck down there and they'd be up there shooting down at you, and there's just no way to take these forts. Earthen forts. So I've never seen an earthen fort before, but that's what it is. Let's see. Currently, we are we're anchored right here. Okay, the Civil War prison site was right here. This Fort Lincoln is right here, and the gun could turn around and fire into the prison, or it could fire at ships coming in, or it could fire at this causeway, this bridge right here. This is the only way on the island or off the island at Point Lookout right up here. So there was another gun emplacement here that covered it, and another one here that covered it. And so the Confederates were going to try to take this fort, but they never actually attacked it. But it was well defended, and the Union Army was definitely ready for them. And this was a hospital right here with a lot of windows, because the guy in charge thought that having fresh air was the cure for disease. And at the time, it was before they figured out doctors need to wash their hands. And then this was a hotel, and this was a boardwalk, and they used to have big steam paddle wheelers come from Washington D.C. down here, and the rich would come here to the hotel or here to the hospital. And there's a picture of the guys that are dug in that defend certain areas. Anyway, very, very interesting Fort Lincoln.